What if the secrets of the quantum world were hidden in a 5,000-year-old spiritual text? Welcome to Krishna and Quantum, the hidden bridge, where the wisdom of a divine warrior meets the mysteries of the quantum world. 5,000 years ago, a warrior heard the voice of the cosmos. On a battlefield called Kurukshetra, a warrior hesitates, and a divine guide reveals the nature of existence itself. This is part 1, the foundation, the moment where ancient truths and modern science begin to speak the same language. Why this matters today? Today, physicists stand at the edge of reality, unraveling the mysteries of consciousness, time, and the very fabric of existence. But what if these questions, so new to science, were already answered 5,000 years ago? Not in a laboratory, but on a battlefield, not through equations, but through divine dialogue. The Gita's timeless wisdom. What if the Bhagavad Gita is not a myth? It is the timeless conversation between the eternal self and the trembling human soul, searching for truth in the chaos of the cosmos. Krishna's words echo what modern physics is only beginning to explore. You are not the body, you are the eternal self. Not metaphor, but a proposition of identity, not bound by molecules or mortality, but existing beyond space and time. Consciousness itself as the constant in a shifting quantum field. But if we are the eternal self, why do we forget? Why do we suffer? Why do we cling? Why do we fear? And why do we identify with a temporary body? The answer, Krishna says, is Maya. The great illusion, not illusion as falsehood, but illusion as partial truth. A veil cast over the soul, convincing it that the shadow is the source.
This Maya of mine is divine and difficult to overcome, and yet we must overcome it, if we are to remember who we truly are.
But this illusion, Maya, and the karma we generate within it, Krishna teaches karma. Your actions shape your reality, but you must act without clinging to results. All seem to operate inside a framework we rarely question. Now time, we see it as linear, past behind us, future ahead. But Krishna shatters that notion.
I am time, the creator and the destroyer of worlds. Time isn't a line, it's a force, a devourer, a revealer.
And in both the Gita and quantum theory, time isn't what it seems. But if time is not what it seems, then reality itself must be questioned. So now, let us step beyond ancient scripture and cross into the most mind-bending science of our time, the strange, shimmering realm of quantum mechanics. In the quantum world, particles don't behave like objects. They exist as possibilities, as waves, infinite, unformed, until you look. The moment you observe, reality collapses, the wave disappears, and a single outcome is born. What is superposition in quantum world? A particle, a thing, and yet not a thing. It can be here and there, it can be yes and no. All possibilities exist side by side in silent superposition, until someone dares to measure, and in that act, infinity becomes. One superposition means something can exist in all possibilities simultaneously until measured. But perhaps the most mysterious truth of all is entanglement. Entanglement is when two particles stay connected, even if they're light years apart. Two particles, once connected, are never truly apart. Across light years, across galaxies. Touch one, and the other reacts instantly. No signal, no delay, just pure silent awareness. as if the universe remembers that everything was once one. Does this not sound familiar? Krishna says, the wise see all beings in the self and the self in all beings. You cannot know a particle's position and speed simultaneously. Reality resists being pinned down. This is mystery of measurement. In the quantum world, the observer isn't separate. You're part of the system. You're observing. How do we bridge two worlds, one shaped by divine insight, the other by scientific inquiry? Can the battlefield of Kurukshetra and the equations of quantum physics meet in the same truth? Both the Gita and quantum theory ask the same eternal question: what is real, what is illusion, and who's the observer behind it all? Perhaps the divide between science and spirituality was never real. Perhaps they are reflections, waves on the same ocean. Krishna's observer effect reveals a truth the ego cannot grasp, but the soul has always known. Krishna says, the wise see all beings in the self and the self in all beings. This mirrors non-locality and quantum unity. It's the blueprint of quantum entanglement, not separate, not isolated, but infinitely connected across time, across space. The action without attachment. In quantum physics, the act of observing collapses all possibilities into one outcome. In the Gita, Krishna teaches, let go of the outcome. Focus on the presence. Do the action, not for reward, but for truth. To observe without grasping, to act without clinging, is to remain in harmony with the field. Just as observing changes the outcome in quantum physics, Krishna teaches, let go of outcome, focus on presence. Consciousness as the field. Science once thought matter was primary, but now, at the edge of physics, a new idea is emerging, that consciousness may not be a byproduct of the brain, but the very field from which reality unfolds, a cosmic intelligence, whispered by Krishna, now rediscovered through the lens of quantum mechanics. Modern physics is beginning to suggest what Krishna taught. Consciousness may be the field from which all arises. Quantum theory says reality is probabilistic and observer-driven, ever-shifting. The Gita says the same. Through devotion, detachment, and awareness, you become the observer who shapes the world, not from outside it, but from within. The mirror between science and spirit? What quantum theory discovered in equations, Krishna revealed through silence. But this is only the first crack in the illusion. In part 2, we will descend deeper into Maya, the illusion itself, into time, the hidden force, into reincarnation, the cycling of consciousness, and into the most staggering theory of all, the quantum multiverse, where all versions of you may already exist. As Krishna says, the soul is eternal, unborn and undying. It is not slain when the body is slain. Gita 2.20. You were never the form, you are the field. If this journey moves something within you, like, share, subscribe, and join us again on the path where ancient wisdom meets the edge of modern science, and consciousness walks the bridge between both.